there, welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me today for this Yoga Mo-Flo class. I'm Heather. I'll be leading you through the class today. Today is going to be an interesting class because we're going to be doing longer holds for some poses. So we're going to work to build up heat in the body, get our heart rates up nice and high, and then we're going to hold poses and shapes. So some of those we're going to hold between 3 and 5 breaths. Some shapes we might hold for an entire minute. So the challenge here is to have a high heart rate while holding poses in stillness. And so that's the challenge here. It's a really wonderful thing to do because it really helps build metabolic flexibility and a lot of strength in the body. So we're going to get started today lying on our backs in a reclined butterfly pose. So go ahead and join me, coming onto our backs and then bringing the soles of the feet together, letting the knees fall wide, and you can have your hands palms up, or you can place them on your body. I generally like to have one on my belly and one on my chest. And we're just going to take a few deep breaths here in through the nose, just arriving on our mat, focusing. Also, this being in these holds today is kind of a meditative process. You really need to focus on the breath. If you feel like you're thinking, how much longer are we holding this pose? When you have those thoughts, as we're going to today, just really try to focus back in on the breath. While you're lying here, go ahead and do a physical body scan as well as an energetic scan. Maybe just noticing any areas of stiffness in the body, anything that's talking to you, and just note it. And then see where you are energetically today, where your energy's at, how you're feeling, and we'll check back in again at the end. All right, so we're going to get started. From here, go ahead and separate your feet just a smidge. And we're going to start right away with some hip lifts in this reclined butterfly pose. So we're going to do a few here. We're going to start really warming up the outer glutes, the hips. And don't rest too long as you come down. Just a little tap of the booty on the mat, and then just lift right back up into it. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. You're just gonna hold. We're gonna hold here. Like I said, each hold is between 3 and 5 really good breaths. Some of them we're probably gonna hold for an entire minute. And so just get comfortable in being uncomfortable in these holds. I really like the idea of finding some level of discomfort on the mat, doing things that are challenging and hard, and maybe things that make you think, you know, how much longer are we doing this? I wish this was over, or whatever. Because I do think that this helps us when we have situations in our life off the mat, helps us to be able to handle those challenging or uncomfortable situations when we're not on the mat. So in real life, not everything is comfortable and easy, right? And so I think this just helps us have a little bit more resilience in that way. And it also makes our comfort zone just out in the world that much broader and bigger if we can handle some levels of discomfort. So from here, don't drop your booty, keep it up. And we're just gonna have our feet face parallel here, and we're gonna lift down and up. So now we're doing kind of those traditional bridge lifts. You're probably starting to feel it in your glutes. I know I am. That's okay, just breathe into it. welcome the discomfort today. These are going to be interesting holds. I think you're going to like it. You're going to get stronger. You're going to feel muscles shake and work, and that's a good thing. Just keep going. We're just lifting and lowering again, not spending too much time on that lower, just tapping the booty to the mat and then lifting it right back up. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. You're probably starting to really feel that now. Again, just breathe into it. And in this position too, I want you to think about really turning on the glutes by thinking about drawing those heels towards your shoulders. And that way too, it helps you take this out of your lower back. You don't want to be like seizing up in your lower back here. This is not supposed to be a lower back exercise. This should be a glute engager. And we're just breathing. You can probably maybe see my legs quivering. I can feel it. I bet yours are too. Let's hold for 2 more breaths. 2 more really good breaths. And release down. Go ahead and draw those knees into the chest. Rock out side to side, release that lower back just a little bit. And then from here, let's find a hollow body position. So I really want you to keep in mind keeping that lower back flush with the floor and extending the arms and the feet. And we're going to roll a little bit. So we're going to hold here for 3, 2, 1. Roll to the front for 3, 2, 1. Roll back in your hollow body for 3, 2, 1. And then, oh, sorry, I'm trying to not ruin my mic here. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Back to hollow body for 3, 2, and 1. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Back to center for 3, 2, and 1. For 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Here's your last hold. For 3, 2, 1. Draw the knees into the chest. You may need to get yourself situated on your mat again. That's okay. And then just rock a little bit side to side. From here, we're going to roll up and down 6 times. So you can grab behind your thighs, or if you prefer, you can grab your shins. We're just going to rock and roll for 6. So here's 2, 3, 4, 5. On this next one, we're going to stay up and we're going to hold in a boat pose. So you can keep your hands behind your thighs if you prefer, or you can take them out wide, or if you really want to up level, you can have arms overhead, straighten the legs. I don't really care for that so much, but it's just an option. All kinds of options here. And we're just going to hold this, turning on our core. We've turned on our glutes. Now we're turning on our core, getting ready, and just building a little bit of heat in the body. I'm not a big fan of hot yoga and stuff like that where it has external heat hitting you. I much prefer to generate heat within. And that is a more traditional type yoga, is generating internal heat rather than having it external. I'm talking to you a lot right now because I'm trying to distract you from your core and maybe your hip flexors screaming at you a little bit. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and drop the feet. I'm just going to scoot back here toward the center of my mat. We're going to do some Russian twists. So for these, I'm going to keep my feet on the ground. You're more than welcome to up level and keep them up if you like, but I'm going to have my feet on the ground, my heels at least. And we're just going to lean back and move side to side here, touching our hands to the floor on either side of us, getting more into the core, our obliques. Keep it going. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Let's roll through and find our tabletop position. And from here, we're gonna just do some wrist stretches. So I'm gonna have my hands under my shoulders, and I'm just gonna rock as far forward as I can, and then back. You can tuck those toes under and lean back. Let's do one more. And then go ahead and externally rotate your hands so your palms are facing outward, and do 4 more. And then go ahead and internally rotate so your fingers are facing more towards each other. And then go ahead and sit back and have your fingers face your knees and just stretch it out here for a minute. You can sway a little bit side to side if that feels good. You can bend and straighten your elbows, whatever feels good to you here. Just stretching out our wrists. And then go ahead and sit back and just shake out the wrists here. All right, from here, let's find our tabletop again. But this time, I'm actually gonna take my hands a little bit more forward. And then I'm gonna extend the left leg behind me. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take our left knee to our left elbow, extend it back, and then tap behind us. We're gonna do that 8 times. Here we go. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 more. Last one here. Great job. From here, go ahead and drop the left foot down, and then just kind of kickstand over on your right knee, and go ahead and peel the left arm to the sky in a little supported side plank. And then you can even take that left arm overhead, really getting a nice stretch to the left side of the body. And just hold. That's the name of the game today. When you're ready, let's go ahead and push ourselves up. And from here, we're gonna do some side crunches. I actually need to just lengthen out my stance here a little bit more. And then go ahead and take your hands behind your head, and you're gonna lean over to the right and up. We're doing 10 of these. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then from here, we're going to do our traditional gait stretch. Feeling that stretch to the right side body. You can even look up if that feels okay on your neck. For a good 3 to 5 breaths. From here, release. We're going to come back down into our tabletop. Keep that left leg extended. And then from here, you're going to come onto your right toes and go ahead and lift up into your 3-legged dog. You can pause here for a second, maybe bend the knee, open the hip, look under that left armpit, and then go ahead and square the hips and step through. Drop the back knee, go ahead and find your low lunge. And when you feel situated here and you've got your knee over your ankle, go ahead and lift up into your crescent. And we're just gonna hold. Really thinking about not splaying out the floating ribs, keeping everything contained. Getting a nice stretch to that right hip flexor. And then go ahead and take the hands to prayer and twist over the right knee. And just hold. Twisting the spine, compressing those internal organs. From here, let's release and frame the front foot and go ahead and step back into a plank. And from here, we're gonna do a little flow where we're gonna come down on the right elbow and then the left. So right elbow, left elbow, reach back with the right arm, reach back with the left arm, and then right hand, left hand, other side. Left elbow, right elbow, reach back left, reach back right, left hand, right hand. Once more on each side, at your own pace. Slower rather than faster though. Last one. Come on up into your plank, and then you can drop the knees wide and sit back into your child's pose. And again, we're just gonna hold here for between 3 and 5 breaths, maybe a minute, and just catch our breath. From here, I am keeping my arms more active. If you prefer to drop the elbows and just relax a little bit more, you can. It's up to you. Whatever feels good for you right now. You listen to your body. Every body is different. And so one of the things I really like about yoga and mobility practice together is that it really forces you to listen to your body. And I think that's really important to do because your body is a lot smarter than your mind. It knows more than you do. So I think it really benefits us when we pay attention to what it's asking for. All right, let's go ahead and come back to a tabletop, and we're going to do all of that on the other side. So again, maybe take your hands a little bit further out in front, and then go ahead and extend that right leg. And we're gonna do right knee to right elbow, extend the leg down and up, okay? 8 times, here we go. Here's 1, 2, here's 3, really making sure that we're moving at a pace that allows us to have the full expression and large movement. Twice more here. Last one. And then go ahead and drop the right foot back to the ground and open yourself to the side. So kickstand that left leg and reach up to the sky. Here, maybe you want to take that right arm overhead, really feeling that stretch to the right side of the body. And just pause here for a moment. let's go ahead and lift ourselves back up. And from here, we're gonna do those crunches. So go ahead and take the hands behind the head and lean over to the left, pull up to the right. That's 2. Remember, we're doing 10 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one here. 10, extend the arms out and go into your full gate pose. Getting a stretch to the left side body, maybe looking up, maybe not, wherever you're at today. And again, let's just be gentle with ourselves today. Some of these postures we're going to be holding are balance postures. So, you know, if you fall out, so what? We just get right back in. Being really gentle with ourselves and just trying to be mindful and stay present, stay with what's happening here on the mat. Go ahead and release back down. Come into your tabletop. Go ahead and extend the right leg back. Lift or tuck the left toes under and lift yourself back into your 3-legged dog. From here, you can bend the right knee, open up, stack the hips, look under the right armpit. And then go ahead and square everything off and step through and drop the left knee down. Make sure you have integrity in your stance here. And when you're ready, go ahead and lift up into your crescent. And just hold here. Maybe finding something to focus on. Having a meditative drishti focus. Then go ahead and bring those palms to your heart and do a prayer twist on this side. So bringing the palms to the center of the chest, or at least trying to, tucking that left elbow outside the right knee, getting a nice twist through the spine, maybe looking over your right shoulder behind you, challenging your balance. Or if that's not happening today, go ahead and just keep your focus straight forward. Then from here, go ahead and frame the front foot and step back into your plank. And so once again, we're gonna do those elbow or forearm plank with the reaches. So right elbow left, reach back right hand, reach back left hand, and then walk it back up. Then starting with the left side. Once more on each side. Here's your last time. Step it back up. And drop the knees wide. Find your child's pose. And again, we're here for about 5 breaths. Take whatever position is comfortable for you right now. And you don't ever have to do exactly what I'm doing. If you would feel more comfortable resting in a hero's pose, you can do that. You don't have to come down to a child's pose, or if you'd rather do your child's pose with knees together, you can do that. Just listen to what your body's asking for. All right, from here, let's make our way into our downward facing dog. So go ahead and lift the hips. Since it's your first full down dog, you can bend one knee, straighten the other. Pedal it out, go back and forth. Then go ahead and take your left foot to the center of the mat. Reach your right leg high. And then go ahead and step through to your runner's lunge. And here you can hold it for just a moment and rock it out. And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to try to step forward into our tree pose without putting that left foot on the ground. So go ahead, stand yourself up. See if you can find your tree. And hold. So we're here for about a minute. So get comfortable with it. Make sure you're not slouching into that right hip. Pull the left knee back, push the hips forward, really getting a nice hip opening there. If you don't like hands at the heart, you can of course do exalted tree, lift your limbs to the sky. Maybe that might help your balance. It's up to you. Woo. Tipping over. Wow. And if you fall out, you just get right back in. Speaking nicely to ourselves, that's okay, Heather. You fell out, so what? Every day, balance is different. Some days this is easy, some days it's hard. We also have one side of our body that we're better with balance and one side that we're not so great. Just like anything in life, some things you're good at, some things you're not, but we just practice and see if we can get better, right? All right, from here, let's go ahead and lift our left knee, coming into a one-leg Tadasana. And then I just want you to take a big step back into your Crescent Lunge. From here, we're gonna do some lunges. And so what we're going to do is we're going to come down and frame our right foot, and then we're going to push off our right foot and stand up at the back of the mat. We're going to do 8 lunges, okay? Just on that right foot. So coming down, press up. That's 1. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On this next one, hold in your lunge and push off into your warrior 3 with airplane arms. And yep, you guessed it, we're holding. Deep breaths. Focus on something that's not moving. Just balancing here. Thinking about dropping that left hip a little more. Reaching back through the foot. You're going to get a break in just a second. We're not here forever. Having a micro bend in that left or that right knee. Trying not to lock out of it. You don't want to hyperextend. If that right leg is screaming to you, welcome to the club. Go ahead and bend the left knee, cross it behind the right, and come down into a seat. We're going to do a little seated twist here. So go ahead and take the right hand behind the left arm outside the right knee. And you can turn and gaze, looking over the right shoulder. Or if you prefer, you can always hug that knee in. It's up to you. Listen to what your body wants. But just make sure the one thing you're not doing here is slouching through the spine. Make sure you're lifted. And the other thing you're not allowed to compromise on is your breath. You have to breathe. From here, let's go ahead and take that right leg behind. We're going to come into a little side bent sit here, and we're going to do a side bent sit kick out. So we're going to lift up on the left knee and kick the right leg out. And we're going to do it 6 times. So that's 1, and then back to our side bent sit. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Come back down. Now we're gonna do these little side bent sit reverses just to kind of get out of the hips for 6. Here's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're gonna stay like this, the horizontal length of our mat, and we're gonna take our feet out a little bit wider than hip width and find our Yogi Squat. And guess what we're gonna do here? We're gonna hold. Name of the game today, just holding here in this Yogi Squat, really making sure you're not collapsing into your spine, but you're using the elbows to really push against those knees, lifting up out of the lower back. Taking some deep breaths. Again, if this is really uncomfortable for you, that's okay, right? It's okay to be uncomfortable, but it just means that maybe you should do it more. If you can't get your heels down like mine are, you can always be up on your toes if that works better. We're just holding. Also, if you are lucky enough during the pandemic to be working from home or something like that, you can always sit like this, working on your computer, or putting a little, if you have some yoga blocks, putting one under your bum there, sitting like this. Sometimes I do that. I thought a dog was coming over. It was baby Gus. Okay, from here, we're gonna do 2 Yogi Squats. Oh, here he is coming to help Gus. We're gonna do 2 Yogi Squats and then a little hop over and 2 Yogi Squats on the other side. So it looks like this. So we're gonna come up, that's 1. Oh, you hear my knee pop, 2. And then hands down and hop over. And then we're gonna come up for 1, 2, and hop over to the other side. Let's do that once more each way. 1, 2, and hop. And then 1, 2, hop. And then turn to face the front of your mat and forward fold here. Just hold for a moment. And then we're gonna do a little vinyasa. So let's flat back lift. You can take hands to shins. Lower the hands. You can step back or hop into your chaturanga. Lift to up dog. And then go ahead and roll over your feet into your downward facing dog. And we're gonna hold here for about 5 breaths. You can breathe in through the nose, let something go through the mouth if that feels good for you. Releasing some of that heat we're building. And then from here, let's lift the left leg to the sky and step it between the hands in your runner's lunge. We're gonna lift back into that tree pose, this time on the left side, so trying not to put our right foot down, seeing if we can just balance and stand up. Coming into tree. Hands to heart. Not slouching into that left hip, pulling the right knee back, hips forward, gaze steady. Find something to focus on. And again, balance is really different every day. Yesterday when I did my little practice run through of this routine, my balance was amazing. Today, now that we're filming, not so great. So day to day, things change, things shift in the body. It's always different. So don't beat yourself up if you can do something one day and not the next, because chances are you'll be able to do it the day after that. Just things are always changing. Hey, baby Gus. Made the mistake of looking at him. He's moving. Trying to focus on something that's not. So from here, let's lift the right knee, arms to the sky, in our little one-legged Tadasana, and then step back in a big step and find your Crescent Lunge here. So from here, if you remember, we're gonna do those lunges where we step to the back of the mat. So we're gonna take our hands down and frame the left foot and then push off the left foot to the back of the mat. And remember, we're doing that 8 for 8. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now on this last one, come down and then push off into your warrior 3, airplane arms, and we're holding. Heart rate's a little high, so coming from your heart beating pretty good to a static hold, that's the challenge, that's the work. This is amazing for metabolic flexibility. You're doing wonderful. My glutes are screaming at me. Again, you can have a little micro bend in that left knee. That's good, you're not hyperextending. Maybe your calves are yelling at you too. It's all good. Then go ahead and bend the right knee, bring it behind your left ankle, and come into your seat. And we're gonna do that twist one more time. So go ahead and take the right arm outside the left knee, left arm behind you, gazing out over that left shoulder. Really lengthening up through the spine, and just hold here. Again, if you would rather hold that knee in, you're more than welcome to do so. You're at home, nobody tell you what to do. You just listen to your body, see what it wants. The beauty of a home yoga practice. From here, let's swing that left leg around and come into that side bent seat. We're gonna do those kicks again, this time the left leg going out. So we're gonna come up on the right hand and kick, and then back down to that seat. We're doing 6, okay? So here's 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's your last one. Great job. So from here, we're gonna do those little windshield wipers. So just working it out, releasing the hips. Here's 4, 5, and 6. Once again, I'm just gonna fix my mat here. Taking our legs a little bit wider than our hips and finding that yogi squat. So coming down here, and we're just gonna hold for just a moment. And we're gonna do those 2 yogi squats with a little monkey hop to the side again. So here we're gonna come up for 1, 2, back down, little monkey hop. 1, 2, monkey hop. 1 more each direction. 1, 2, monkey hop. 1, 2, monkey hop to the front, and then turn around and let's do a forward fold. So finding your forward fold here. And we're gonna do a vinyasa one more time, so you can step or hop back. Or if you just wanna directly go into your downward facing dog, we will meet you there. So go ahead if you want to do your flow. Go ahead and do it. We all meet in downward facing dog. From here, let's look to our hands and either step or hop to the front of your mat. Drop the head, bend the knees, and roll all the way up to a stand. From here, we're gonna do little 3 rollbacks and stand-ups. So the goal here is to try not to use your hands and just get up on your own. There's no shame if you have to though. If you need to assist, please do it. We're gonna roll back. Here we go. For 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. On the third one, lift the right knee to the chest and hold. We're gonna balance. Or if you wanna up level, you can grab the foot and hold. If you wanna really up level and you have the release in the hamstrings, you can extend the foot. And you guessed it, we're holding. Find something to stare at. One more breath. And release. We're gonna do that again. Ready? Let's roll for 3. Coming down. 1, 2. Last one. 3. Stand up. Now go ahead and pull that left knee to your chest. You can stay here. You can grab the foot and stay here. Or you can extend and hold. If you fall out of it, just come right back to it. That's why it's called a yoga practice, not a yoga performance, right? We're just always practicing, trying to get to our personal best. We're not competing with anybody. That's the other beauty of I'm talking too much, I'm falling out. That's the beauty of a home yoga practice too, is sometimes I notice if I'm taking a group class, I try to look around and I'm a little bit competitive, try to compete with a neighbor. That's not good. That's not what yoga's about. So it's kind of nice to do it at home where you're just working against yourself and listening to your own body. All right, go ahead and release. From here, let's do arms to the sky, forward fold. We're gonna do a vinyasa again, so go ahead and lift up halfway. Hands down, you can step or hop back to your chaturanga, to up dog. And we all meet in our downward facing dog. From here, go ahead and walk the feet in just a smidge and maybe your hands a little bit closer to your feet. And we're gonna do a twist. So go ahead and grab the knee, the calf, the ankle, wherever you can grab. And then just look under your right or your left armpit. And we're just gonna hold here for a few breaths. We're getting close to the end, close to the last of our holds. Go ahead and release the right hand and then go to the other side directly. I think we just have a couple more little burnout holds we're gonna do. And then we'll stretch it out. You're in the home stretch. You're getting close to the end. And then go ahead and release. From here, I want you to walk out into your plank. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna hold for 1, 2, and 3, and then take our arms out and hold for 1, 2, and 3. Then walk it back in for 1, 2, and 3. And take it out for 1, 2, 3, and in. Keep it going. 2, and 3, and out for 1, 2, and 3. And then take it back in. 2, 3, and out. 1, 2, 3, and in. 2, 3, and out. 2, 3, and in. If you're like, oh my God, how much longer? Just focus on the breath. 2, 3. This is one of those ones where it's like, how long does this go on? Well, I'll tell you, not much longer. 2, 3, and in. 2, 3, last one. Out. 2, 3, in. 2, 3, and then drop the hips. Don't let them touch the mat. Don't let your thighs touch the mat. This is our last hold, and we're holding in an up dog. So open up, broaden through the chest, keep the gaze forward, maybe pull the neck back just a little bit, and hold. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the hips, roll over the toes, find your downward dog. And then drop the knees. And we're gonna come into our hero's pose. From here, I'm gonna have my knees together, take my calves out, have my feet facing back. And for some, you may just want to stay here, or if you hate that, just sit in a regular hero's pose. That's fine. We're going to go into the full expression of this posture though, if you want to. So like I said, you could stay here. If you want to come down onto your elbows, make sure you tuck those hips under, lift them a little bit. You can stay here, or you can come all the way down on your back. You can goal post your arms, or you can have them overhead. Then we're just going to hold here for a few breaths. We're not here forever, but getting a really lovely stretch to the quadriceps. And if you're down on your back, you can start making your way back up. So I like to grab onto my heels, prop myself up onto my elbows, and then lift all the way up. From here, we're going to take our legs out. I'm going to extend my right leg long and just tuck my left foot into my inner thigh here. And we're going to do a knee to nose stretch. So go ahead and take the arms overhead and fold over the right leg and just hold wherever you are. Just relax here, getting a nice little stretch to that right hamstring. Little hamstring release. And then go ahead and come up, take that left hand behind you, come up into a little baby wild thing, just a counter stretch here. And then come on back down. We're gonna go directly into that other side, so take the left leg long, right foot into the left thigh, arms to the sky, and then fold over that left leg, knee to nose, grabbing on just wherever you can. The whole point here is just to feel a nice stretch in that left hamstring. Your legs did work for you today, especially in that airplane hold. I felt like that was the hardest one. At least it was for me. I don't know what the hardest hold was for you, because again, we're all different. So what was challenging for me may not be challenging for you, and vice versa. And then go ahead and take the right arm behind, lift up into your little baby wild thing. And release. From here, let's make our way onto our backs. Keep that right leg long. Go ahead and draw the right knee towards the shoulder blade. You're gonna pull it towards your shoulder here. And then I just want you to cross that right leg over the body, stretching out through that the right arm, And then you can look over your right shoulder if that feels good. Otherwise, you can just stay looking up. Now the goal here is to have your right shoulder planted firmly on the floor. I'm not there yet, and that's okay. The goal of it is to feel the stretch, feel the twist in the spine, And I definitely feel that. And so I know that I'm doing it correctly, even though I may not be in the fullest expression of the pose. I know I'm getting all the benefits because I feel it. And then come back to center. Give that knee one more little squeeze and release. Let's go to the other side. Draw that left knee in towards the left shoulder. Hold here for just a minute. And then go ahead and cross the left knee over the right side of the body. I'm taking a little bit longer to get there because I have to move my mic. And stretch out that left arm. You can gaze over the left arm if you want, or you can just look up to the sky. It's up to you. Then go ahead and bring that left knee back in. Give it one more little squeeze. And then draw the right knee in to meet the left. And from here, we're going to find our happy baby. So if happy baby is not really in your practice, you can just kind of hold right here behind your knees, and that's okay. Or you can grab your ankles, or you can grab your feet. Whatever is comfortable for you. You can rock a little bit side to side, give your lower back and your spine a nice massage. Another thing that's nice to do here is to maybe like bend one leg and straighten the other, getting another nice little stretch through the back of the leg, or you could straighten both if that feels good and rock. It's up to you. You just move around. Just pulling those knees in towards the shoulders. And then go ahead and release. Take those legs out nice and long. Let the feet flop open. Take your hands out to the side, taking up a lot of space here. Palms face the sky. And then we're only here for a minute or two, but go ahead and gently close down the eyes. Relax the face, let go of the jaw, relax the tongue, relax the space between the eyes. Feel the earth supporting you in rest. Maybe start to deepen the breath a little bit here. Wiggle the fingers and toes. And then just gently roll to one side. And push yourself up into a comfortable seat. Keep the eyes closed here. And just one more time, go ahead and do that little body scan like we did at the beginning. Notice if those areas of stiffness have shifted in any way. And then go ahead and give yourself that little energetic scan. See if your energy has shifted in any way. Just noting it, becoming aware. And then with gratitude, bringing the hands to the heart, I bow my head. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today for this workout. I hope you enjoyed that and you liked the little challenge of all the holds. If you did like it, go ahead and put the like button. You can leave a comment. I will respond to you. And then go ahead and hit that subscribe button too if you enjoyed it. New Yoga Mo-Flo videos come out every Wednesday and Saturday, and that way they'll come right to you and you won't miss a thing. So I'll see you next time.